Hello and welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway for our second race here at this track of the season. And yeah, we're back home at the home of the MG Cup Series, and back where all this crazy, insane pack racing on 1.5 mile tracks and super speedways that aren't Daytona and Talladega started, as well as the intermediates like Phoenix and other smaller tracks. So, yeah. Heading down the backstretch and into turn 3, our quick pace lap, already almost over. But Morgan Shepherd is on pole. Very surprising pole sitter there. But you'll love to see it. Racing for Jesus. P2 is the number 6 Viagra, Ford Taurus of Mark Martin, who won here earlier this season, and the green flag is out. We're racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the crowd is on their feet. And there, the crowd roars, heading down into turn 1. So do the engines. Cars flying down the back straightaway, and now Jamie McMurray, who wasn't even here, so was Morgan Shepherd, wasn't even here for the first time he came here this season. Up into it was in second place at one point, but now look at this, 4 wide already, and that's not gonna end well. Hideo Fukuyama gets turned back across the racetrack. Huge crash on the back straightaway. Massive wreck, taking out a bunch of good cars. One car up on his side, that's Jerry Nadeau. A big wreck. Valeria Wolf caught up in it. They're still wrecking down into turn 3. Oh man, another car on its side, and this one goes upside down. That is the 30 of Jeff Green barrel rolling down the banking. He lands on his roof. A wild accident here at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the second lap of the race. And it takes out a bunch of good race cars. Man, that was crazy. What happened here? Now look at the start of this. Hideo Fukuyama gets turned by Joe Nemechek down under the apron, and they come back up across the racetrack in front of everybody to collect Ricky Craven, nowhere to go, and they all bounce off of each other, and that's the entire back half of the field getting caught up in it. The 66 gets spun around, then he's going to almost get hit, and here comes Bobby Labonte sliding, bang, right into him once again there. Valeria Wolf gets slowed down for the most part, and then bang, right into the 31 of Robbie Gordon late in that. It was spinning. And that's not the way she wanted to end her day, or not end it, but it's not the way she wanted her day to go at her best friend's home track. And now, oh man, look at all these cars. I mean, Jimmy Johnson got heavy damage in that. That's our winner from last week at Martinsville. There's Jimmy Spencer spinning down the backstretch, gets hit by Ryan Newman. Oh man, look at Jerry Nadeau up on his side there, almost flipped over. If that wall wasn't there, because he got sent up into the air, roof first and the outside wall. It's 2 weeks in a row of him getting airborne here, up on his side. I mean, some people would consider that a flip, considering his undercarriage could have possibly been visible from the bird's eye view, but considering I don't like seeing 2 cars go up and over in one wreck, I'm going to count that as just one. But watch this. Jeff Green gets bounced around, and then the car rolls down the banking. And a wild ride for him there. Man, that was a crazy accident for everybody involved. And we're going to take another look at it. This one from the onboard views. Well, actually, first, before we even do that, you gotta look at this angle. My goodness, there are cars everywhere. Now let's go on board with a few cars here. 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Wild stuff here. The 2 of Rusty Wallace should have a pretty good view of it as well. That's your points leader. He escapes without too much damage, so this shouldn't affect him too much, really. Man. Let's go on board with Steve Park. And I'm going to shut up for the rest of these onboards here. Absolutely crazy stuff. Wild stuff here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And that is more than half the field with damage there. Jeff Green went flipping down the backstretch and into turn 3. Jerry Nadeau was limping it back to pit road. Heavy damage to that 01 car. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this for the drop of the green flag. Welcome back to coverage of the MG Cup Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The 89 Morgan Shepherd up in second place. Looks like it's that Dale Jr. It is in third place, and Kevin Harvick in fourth. So it's a pretty interesting top 5. Lots of big names up towards the front here. That's something we haven't really seen in a while. The top 5 being dominated by mostly bigger names. We've seen a lot of underdogs out in front recently. As the green flag is in the air once again, Jeff Burton, your leader, brings the field back up to speed, and 3 wide already heading down into turn 1. That's a really big indication of how this race is going to go. As if that start wasn't a big enough indication. My goodness, these cars are flying down the back straightaway. Look at Mark Martin. We know he knows how to, 1, be strong here at Atlanta, and 2, has got the right crew chief. Come up with the right strategies here. Get him out of front towards the end if it ever comes down to just fuel saving. I mean, that's how he won the last race. Had the right strategy and was an absolute rocket after his last pit stop and brought it home a winner. Meanwhile, Boris Said takes the lead, and they are 4 wide behind them, back down to 3 and 2 for the most part. A little bit of 3 wide behind them. And down the back straightaway, they were rubbing against each other as well. That was very scary. Here comes your Texas winner, Kenny Wallace, up into the mix. Our first real underdog winner of the season, Kenny Wallace, who won at Texas with this same package and a slightly narrower track. So we know he's one of the favorites to win here today. Look at Jason Hedelsky in the 90. Remember what happened last time we came here? He flew up into the catch fence on lap 2. And now he's out here challenging for the lead. But Kevin Harvick to his inside, taking it 4 wide, and that almost ended badly. Look at Morgan Shepherd with a big run on the inside. That 89, that green 89 with Jesus on the hood. Morgan Shepherd to the front. He's going to take the lead down the backstretch. He's underneath Jeff Burton. And now they're side by side. And here comes Christian Fittipaldi. That's a lap car. Where are they going to go? They're all checking up. There's nowhere for most of the field to go. And they are all getting held up by that 33. The Brazilian driver is doing his best to get out of the way. But there is just nothing he could do. And he's going to hold up a lot of cars here. And now 3 wide. Finally getting underneath him. They caught him at the worst possible time. Well, look at this. Due to that, we got a lot more different faces out in front, and there's a spin on the back straightaway right in front of our leaders, and that's the 83 of Kerry Earnhardt. Brother of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and son of Dale Earnhardt himself. And the caution comes out once again. Kerry Earnhardt, let's see what happened to him here. Comes up off of turn 2, thinking he's clear and just isn't. Squeezes Ken Schrader up into the outside wall, and around he goes. And look at this, the leaders, I mean, look at that. Valeria Wolf, with that little bit of damage from that wreck earlier, was out in front. Look at her on the high side, the high side, all the way up next to the wall, making it work. And then a little bit of contact with Mike Skinner. That's the smoke you saw on the front straightaway. Man, she is wheeling that thing, even with that damage on their car. So, nice to know that Papyrus Racing's chances of winning here today aren't exactly over with yet. But we take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the drop of the green flag after this. And I guess we're back already because the lights are out on the pace car. So, yeah, getting ready to go green once again. I'm gonna eat a bit of my ice cream and enjoy this restart. And we're gonna take you to a quick crank it up on the restart. Pace car is in. Jamie McMurray is going to bring the field back up to speed, and the green flag is out once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. On board with Ryan Newman down the backstretch as we crank it up, heading into turn 3 here. Jamie McMurray still your leader. Buckshot Jones in the 09 is in second as the caution is out once again. Bill Elliott, heavy smoke, and looks like we have multiple cars involved in the crash here. Oh yeah, Elliott Sattler. Not exactly sure what happened here. He got turned sideways, 4 wide off of turn 2. Sattler gets squeezes Rusty Wallace down and then tries to come back up and just is not clear. And Bill Elliott back down across the track collects Ricky Craven, who collects a bunch more. Jeff Fultz in the 57, as well as Ken Schrader in the 49, all torn up. Schrader is going to probably be out of the race. Looks like with all that damage he might be done. Same with Bill Elliott in the 9. Ricky Craven, Michael Waltrip with heavy damage as well. And Elliott Sattler, his car, his rear end is all torn up. Just ran out of room there on the backstretch, and that's another wreck, taking out more cars. Look at Ward Burton. Heavy smoke pouring from that car. We'll be right back for the drop of the green flag, keeping things rolling here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Green flag is back out, and your leader is actually Jason Hedelsky in the 90, who stayed out in this last caution. It's not something you see very often here. But now heading down the backstretch once again. The racing is not calmed down any whatsoever. Still just as intense as it was before all the wrecks happened, and action is picking up once again. Hedelsky trying to hold off the field, leads the lap. And now, gotta block 3 lines here. Gonna go down to the bottom in the corners. Couldn't keep it down there. Here comes the 25 of Joe Nemechek, who is inside, and look at Kevin Harvick on his inside, making it 3 wide for the lead. There's a ton of cars now, bunched up once again here. They are all together, headed down into turn 1. 4 wide this time, and that is almost, they save it somehow. Never mind, they're in the wall, they're wrecking. It's Buckshot Jones in the 09 in the wall. Back down across the track. Look out, look out. Oh my goodness. Oh, a terrible crash. And the red flag is immediately being shown as the 09 of Buckshot Jones just suffered the biggest plow I've ever seen in this game. And I've been in online races that have had drivers with better brakes than this. Mark Martin comes in full speed and just T-bones him right in the door. Luckily not the driver's side door. And man, sent him spinning and flipping wildly there. He comes back down the racetrack, and Mark Martin carrying so much speed. Luckily, we did slow the cars down a little bit since the last time we came here, but still, 160 right in the door. Sent him flying. He did about 5 barrel rolls in the air before he came back down. Got hit by Elliott Sadler. Luckily, not like right in the door or in the roof. And he spins around like a top on his lid. And a terrible crash. And then they're still wrecking further up onto the backstretch here, as the 2 of Rusty Wallace spins up the track in front of Hideo Fukuyama, and the Japanese driver gets caught up in it. So does Dale Jarrett, and Casey Mears. Nowhere to go. Nowhere for Kerry Earnhardt to go. And the 09 lands upside down after a terrible crash here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Sent him flipping wildly, and he rolls around on his roof. Elliott Sadler's car is destroyed, and we're going to go on board with that 38. I'm actually going to go on board with the 6 of Mark Martin first here. Rusty Wallace and Dale Jarrett involved in this. Those are your 2 points leaders, first and second in points. So neither of these drivers needed that, but our main concern right now is the 09 of Buckshot Jones, who just got drilled right in the door. Luckily not the driver's side, but still a very hard impact. This is not looking good for him. So as we try to take our attention away from what just happened here, yellow flag is back out and the pits are now open. So drivers heading down in the pit road now for their pit stops, and we're going to go green right after this break. We'll be right back. Green flag is back out. We're racing once again here after a terrifying crash involving Buckshot Jones, who is currently being taken to the hospital. But we do know he will be okay. We have heard he's awake and alert. He's in a whole lot of pain. So thoughts and prayers are with him. But meanwhile, we've got a race for the lead going on here. Mike Skinner to the inside of Casey Atwood. So just one thing to say about that wreck once again. We cannot blame the package for that. We saw Mark Martin on his onboard. He didn't really slow down or even try to slow down until he was right there at his door. And that's just unacceptable. These drivers have to start hitting the brakes to avoid these wrecks, or things like that are going to keep happening, and things are only going to get worse. And we got trouble down the backstretch. Kevin Harvick gets spun, and more trouble. Val Wolf on her side almost turned over in a big crash heading down into turn 3. Looks like the 86 might be fine. Oh, more cars piling into it. Look out, look out. Oh, Dale Jarrett. And another big hit. That's going to take her out of the race. Man, what a shame. Papyrus Racing and the 86 team look to be having a great day here today. And now look at the shape of that car. It is not going to be continuing in this race for sure after that. That was a huge hit to the back bumper, and that's going to take her right out of the race. And this is not what she wanted at Chris Mack's home track. That she is the replacement driver after him getting hurt at Kansas a couple of weeks ago. So this is not how she wanted her day to go, especially not at this track. But unfortunately, ARCA brakes are a big thing in this league apparently, and drivers don't even know how to use the brake pedal. So anyway, green flag's back out. Jason Keller is here later in the 81. The 4 of Mike Skinner is in second on his back bumper. Here comes the 91 of Casey Atwood underneath. Atwood almost led that lap. Look at this, 4 wide once again. These drivers have not learned their lesson. They're almost 5 wide, and they're going to try it again here in this race and somehow making it work this time by. I just realized we didn't actually take a look at the replay of that last wreck, so I apologize for going back mid-green flag run, but we're going to have to take a look at that wreck that just happened, because that was crazy. So 4 wide off of turn 2. Harvick gets spun. Driving away from it, these guys all stack up, and Val Wolf just gets turned by Scott Wimmer. Look at her up on 2 wheels, and she comes back down up into the wall with the other guys here. And Dale Jarrett, we've got enough time to go back and look at his onboard. Like, he was on the backstretch when this was happening, and then what in the world were you doing, man? Hit the brakes. Not sure what that was about, but I know they are not going to be happy with these guys after that. So anyways, yeah, going back to our green flag run now. The field is getting bunched back up here. The top 5 is kind of pulled away from the rest of the pack, but everyone else behind them, they're right there trying to run them down, but there is a little bit of distance. So if they can all get in a line and work together, they might have a chance of catching these guys up here. But at the moment, the top 5, or at least the top 3 now, single file as they go side by side for 3rd place. Here comes Morgan Shepherd to the inside for the lead. Look at Larry Foyt in the 14 as well. Sorry, I had to eat my blizzard before it melts. I mean, it's already melted, but still, before it gets warm. So anyways, here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. and lap traffic. Look out. That's going to cost Boris Said some time and maybe a few more cars. Tony Raines getting held up. Steve Park had to check up. I am back, and they are 3 wide for the lead as Casey Atwood gets out in front. Remember, Atwood won at Michigan the first time around at Michigan. Probably the craziest race of the season as far as wrecks are concerned. 4 cars getting upside down in that race. And 2 separate wrecks. And now look at this. 5 wide. That's not going to work. Dale Jr. up into the outside wall head on with Morgan Shepherd. Shepherd almost turns over. Comes back down on his wheels, and caution comes out once again. Another big accident here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As they race back around to the line now. Their leader is 91 of Casey Atwood. And second is his teammate for Ray Evernham. That is the 19 of Jeremy Mayfield. And taking a look at this incident. 5 wide, and they just run out of room. Hedelsky gets up in the Junior, gets up in the Shepherd and into the wall. And then bang, nowhere for Kenny Wallace to go, nowhere for Ryan Newman to go. There's Morgan Shepherd got sent back down the racetrack. There was nowhere for Steve Park to go either. And he hit him in the exact same way that Chris Mack got hit. Luckily it wasn't as much of a direct hit to the door. Like, the speeds were down a little bit. But still, that's the same, pretty much the same way Chris Mack got hit. This one was more towards the wheel well than it was towards the driver because of the angle they hit at. But still, very scary how close it was. But luckily, Morgan Shepherd is okay. Let the window net down and climbed out under his own power, so that's a good sign. But that was very close to being Chris Mack and his wreck all over again. That's the reason he is out for the rest of the season right now. The rookie driver can't even finish his rookie season because of that. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Pace car's in. And green flag is back out. Jamie McMurray has some rear end damage. And it's a lap down, but he's starting in the front of the field. And we're going to have to see how this goes here. Will he make it easy for everyone to get by him? Mike Skinner immediately went to the high side, probably strategically, knowing that everyone else will have to use the bottom. And forcing the 42 to go down there. He's trying his best to stay out of the way. He's running high in the corners, but these guys running high as well. So, I mean, I'm not sure what really to say about that. But they get by him. McMurray did the best he could to get out of the way. These guys just didn't make it easy for him. Because they decided to run the same lines he was running. Meanwhile, the 29 of Kevin Harvick, the rear end damage is up in the second place. And now, Jason Hedelsky underneath him. 3 wide for second. Contact! Harvick goes around. Harvick spins up into the inside wall. I believe his engine expired. Or something happened to that car. And his car just jerks to the left. Yeah, it just pulled left on him there. I'm not sure what might have happened. Something mechanical for sure. And he went down the track into Jason Hedelsky, back up into Mike Skinner, and then nowhere for Boris Said to go as he gets collected in it and goes into the wall. And Kevin Harvick's day seems to be done. No, he got it back going. So the green flag is out, and Harvick gets it rolling again. Not sure what that was all about with that wreck there, but it seems his crew has fixed whatever the problem was, and they sent him back out. But man, a tough break for Kevin Harvick. He was trying to turn his day around after being caught up in a wreck earlier, and gets caught up in another one. Here comes that 14 of Larry Foyt on the inside of The 19 of Jeremy Mayfield side by side for the lead heading into turn 1. Jason Keller thought about taking it 3 wide on the high side. And now here comes Joe Nemechek in the 25. 4 cars going for the lead right now as we head down the backstretch. 3 wide, almost 3 wide, heading into turn 3 for P2. These guys are all over the place here as we start to wind this event down. We are past halfway, getting ready to approach the funny lap, which I almost forgot about, the funny lap. So let's see who leads it. These guys all racing hard for Jason Keller on the inside of Larry Foyt. And here comes the 91 of Casey Atwood to the inside of both of them. Atwood tried to lead the lap. There's a slow car on the track still. That's Christian Fittipaldi. Still out there right now, just not coming off of turn 4. So we might have to deal, we probably will have to deal with him like 2 times before this race is over with. So let's see how they navigate their way past him. But Casey Atwood still your leader. Now getting a challenge from Joe Nemechek in the 25. And look at Tony Raines on the bottom. In an all-white, unsponsored machine going to the front. Tony Raines making it happen here with no sponsors. This might earn him a few by the end of the season if he keeps it up. And keeps having runs like this. Even with that little bit of right front damage. Look at this. Behind them, cars spreading all over the place. Casey Atwood still your leader. Jason Hedlsky, massive run into the 90. And heading into turn 1, now out of turn 2. Down the backstretch, side by side. Hedlsky on the inside of Casey Atwood in the AccuTurn number 90 machine here. And takes the lead from Casey Atwood. Look at Larry Foyt underneath Atwood, and now clear. Gonna challenge for the lead here. Gonna try to take it from the 90 on the inside of Jason Hedlsky. And out of turn 2, down the backstretch, Hedlsky has help, but is it gonna help him? No. The help did not help for the 90 there, and he is gonna fall back now. 3 wide, 4 wide down the front stretch. These guys have not slowed it down any whatsoever, and now a lap car contact, and they are going to keep it straight somehow. And Jason Hedlsky falls all the way back. Christian Fittipaldi holding him up, and he's finally going to get by. Man, tough break for him there. And now there's another lap car. Okay, there's another lap car. The 12 of Ryan Newman. He's not going as slow as Christian Fittipaldi is, but man, he's still going to be pretty difficult to get by here. Here they come, splitting Ryan Newman here, and now Newman goes to the high side for whatever reason. That's not going to help, because he just held up Mike Skinner. Could have stayed in the middle for 2 more seconds, probably, but it is what it is as we head through 3 and 4 now. Once again, Larry Foyt trying to pull away. He's going to lead the funny lap here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, that time has come. We have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. And we are back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as Jason Hedelsky is now your leader once again. A few slower cars coming up. When they go to the inside, they're going to make it easy for them. So, alright, that's pretty cool. And oh no. Jamie McMurray down to the bottom with more cars coming up behind them. Larry Foyt squeezes past Jason Keller and somehow making it through. Tony Raines gets stuck behind Jamie McMurray, and he's still stuck back there. Now he's finally going to pull to the inside. Scott Wimmer got held up as well, so a couple of cars probably going to lose the draft. There's Ryan Newman. Oh boy, that got pretty tight there. And remember, we do have green flag pit stops coming up. That should be our final stops of the day. Let's see how that comes into play here as well. And here they go. Jeremy Mayfield, one of the first to come in. Jason Keller follows him in. Jeff Boltz is a lap down. And the 99 of Jeff Burton comes in as well. So green flag pit stops are underway here at Atlanta. Larry Foyt seems to be coming in this time. He does. So does Casey Atwood. And Tony Raines. And Scott Wimmer. So that's pretty much everyone else that didn't pit. Who's left? That's the 4 of Mike Skinner, the 25 of Joe Nemechek that are still out on track right now. Still need to pit. As far as our elite lap cars are concerned. Or at least the cars that have a chance of winning on the elite lap. Whoa, that got pretty tight. 4 of Mike Skinner about turned himself trying to get as low as he could for pit entry. And pinched the 25 down, and Skinner comes in. There's his box. Borstead in pit road as well. Larry Foyt merges up onto the track. And side by side for, not sure what position this is going to be. This could possibly be for the lead between Jason Hedelsky and Larry Foyt. Got to see where everyone that just pitted blends out. There's Joe Nemechek on the backstretch coming back up onto the track. And he's going to merge just in front of these two, but they have so much speed. They have a massive run on him, and he's going to hold the bottom and hope for the best, but still getting up to speed. He's going to fall back and lose a couple of spots here. Larry Foyt on the high side, and Jason Hedelsky on the very high side get by. And now here comes Jeremy Mayfield in the 19. And these guys are all going for it. There's another car with a chance to win. That's the 81 of Jason Keller. He is in the range of the draft. And then there's Tony Raines, two seconds back. It's going to be a little bit tougher for him. But he does technically have a chance, as he is reeling these guys in each lap. So we'll have to see by the end of the race. He is in draft range, but he's barely getting drafted back there. Meanwhile, Jeremy Mayfield on the high side trying to hold off Jason Hedelsky. He's got a push from Larry Foyt. And Jason Keller up into the mix as well. He's caught these guys. Tony Raines trying his best to get up there, but going to be very difficult from that far back. I mean, he's got the draft, but not the speed. So, yeah, he's back to 2 seconds behind. And it's pretty much safe to say, unless we get a caution, his chances of winning this thing they've gone out the window here. So, Jeremy Mayfield pulls back down in front of these two. It looked like he was going to fall back, but he was on the high side of 3 wide there. But he got the run off the corner, and now going to take that momentum to the inside of Jason Hedlsky here. And the caution is out right as I said it. Wow. So this could possibly change everything. Jamie McMurray in the 42 gets spun on the backstretch by the 16 of Greg Biffle. Same deal as what happened with, who was it that spun? With Kerry Earnhardt earlier with Ken Schrader. He just came up, wasn't clear, and got hooked into the outside wall, and around he went. So right as I was saying, Tony Raines needed a caution. There it is. The caution comes out, and this could possibly change everything as we come around. It'll be about 10 laps to go when we go green. Alright, pace car will be in this time. Lights are out on the pace car, which indicates that we are going green this time by. And when they go green, it will be 9 laps to go. Larry Foyt out in front. And Jason Hedlsky in second. Jeremy Mayfield, a 2-time winner this season already, is in third. Jason Keller in fourth. Joe Nemechek fifth. And Tony Raines in sixth with Casey Atwood behind them. The green flag is back out as we head back into turn 1 once again. These guys all over each other here as Jason Hedlsky tried to get to the inside of that 14. Look at Jeremy Mayfield now. Looking to the bottom, and he's going to get underneath that 90. Mayfield wants to win another race this season. Comes Jason Keller. He's got a big run down the front stretch here. So does Tony Raines and Casey Atwood. They are literally pushing each other down the front stretch. And now, heading into turn 1 once again. That is about 5, 6, 7 cars with a shot at winning here. And don't count Scott Wimmer out. He's still technically got a chance to win. He's in draft range. He might be able to reel his way back up there, but it'll be very difficult from his position. You never know what can happen here with this crazy package at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And after 1 and 2 once again. Down the backstretch. Larry Foyt with a pretty good gap on the rest of the field here, but they might run them down if they can just work together. They are 3 wide for P3. Jason Hedlsky takes it 3 wide, goes through the middle, and he's going to clear the high side here and trying to get down in front of Jason Keller. Can't quite. Tony Raines gets shuffled back once again. Here comes Mike Skinner up into the mix in the 4. Casey Atwood underneath Larry Foyt for the lead. Cars are everywhere here as we come to about, I want to say, 5 to go this time by. Or this lap is 5 to go. And you can kind of tell the intensity is picking up here. All these drivers trying to win, or at least get themselves in a position to win. Casey Atwood clears the 90 of Hedlsky, comes down to the bottom, blocks his run, and now the outside line is going to prevail here off of turn 4 as Larry Foyt has a run. But here comes the inside once again. Mayfield with a push to the 90 of Jason Hedlsky. To the inside, side by side. Still, here comes Tony Raines on the bottom. Gonna even it out. Jason Keller back there as well. There are cars all over the place. Joe Nemechek and Mike Skinner a little bit further back. They're gonna get a run here down the front stretch. They might have a shot at it. There's 3 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And look at Tony Raines to the inside of Jeremy Mayfield. And there's a lap car. Christian Fittipaldi, where's he going to go? He's going to hold up Mayfield and Keller and Nemechek. He tried to go low, and the field split him. He got stuck in the middle there, and a couple of cars were in the middle line, and there was nowhere for them to go. 2 laps to go for Tony Raines and Jason Hedelsky. Here comes Larry Foyt on the inside in that 14 Dodge. And Larry Foyt now to the inside of Tony Raines. Either way, we're getting an underdog winner here. White flag in the air one more time around here in Atlanta. Larry Foyt to the inside. Here comes Casey Atwood. 3 wide underneath Ryan Newman. Atwood has no help. Here comes Raines back on the high side. Does he have enough? No, he will not. Coming off of turn 4 for the final time. Larry Foyt is going to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The adoptive son of A.J. Foyt, the biological grandson of A.J. Foyt, gets it done at Atlanta. So Larry Foyt, after coming so close a couple of times here, especially at New Hampshire, the first time around when we went there, he's finally got to get the win. And that Harris, oh yeah, Dodge, what kind of Dodges are these? I can't even tell. But that Dodge gets it done. Casey Atwood gives him a little buddy bump on pit road there. Can't tell if he's mad at him or if he's saying congrats, but Larry Foyt gets the win. And we're gonna have to take a look at the points after this next race, which is at Phoenix. So after Phoenix, it's Rockingham and Homestead, and season 1 of the MG Cup Series, or excuse me, the 2003 season of the MG Cup Series is over with. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. I'm pretty sure Rusty Wallace might have it locked up, but you never know how these things can go, so we'll have to just wait around and see what happens by the time Homestead rolls around. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next week. And until then, peace.